Hello everyone, I'm Sarsh Tulpakar and today I'm going to solve the past papers of ICAT's Mathematics Contest, session 2025 for grade 5 and 6. Question number 1, here are 5-digit cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use all 5-digit cards once to make the sum correct. So here we can see the sum, the total is 60. Now let's check our options one by one. In option A, if we add the numbers given at ones place, the sum is 9 and the sum of the numbers given at the tens place is 6. So it means the total is 69, which is not equal to 60. So option A is not correct. If we add the numbers given at the ones and 10 places of option B, the sum is 60, which is equal to our answer. So we can say option B is the correct option, but let's check option C and D as well. So if we add the given numbers in option C, the total is 51, which is incorrect. Similarly, the sum of the numbers given in the option D is 69, which is also incorrect. So we will select option B here, that is 60. Question number 2, Xavier just downloaded the new game Gem Excavator on his phone. In the first level, Xavier gains points for each green gem he finds. However, he loses points for each red gem he finds. The table shows how the gems affect Xavier's points. A table is given below in which for green color, the change in points is plus 25 and for red color, it's minus 40. Which color gem affects Xavier's points less? Option A is green color, option B is red color, option C is both colors affect equally, and option D is none of these. So to find out that which color affects the Xavier points, we are going to find the absolute value. Here the green gem is plus 25 and the absolute value of plus 25 is 25. And the red gem is minus 40 and the absolute value for minus 40 it will be 40. Now, as 25 is less than 40, so we can say the green gem changes the score by a smaller amount. So the color that affects the Xavier's points less is green. So we will select option A here, green color. Question number 3, look at Floyd's timetable. Select the event that happens between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. Option A is eats lunch and walks dog. Option B calls friend Eliza. Option C calls friend Eliza and revises spelling words. Option D is walks dog and calls friend Eliza. So here if we look at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. there is only one event happened between this time limit, that is calls friend Eliza. So we will select option B here. Question number 4. The sixth graders at Sydney School got to choose between a field trip to a museum and a field trip to a factory. 75% of the sixth graders picked the museum. If there are 68 sixth graders in all at Sydney School, how many sixth graders went on the trip to the museum? Option A is 51 sixth graders, option B is 68 sixth graders, option C is 75 sixth graders, and option D is 87 sixth graders. So here we have to find out 75% of 68. So we can use any method, percentage or decimal method. 75%, if we convert it into decimals, the number will be 0.75, and if we multiply it by 68, the answer will be 51. Even if we convert 75% into a fraction, it will be 75 by 100. That can be written as 3 by 4. And if we multiply this fraction by 68, the answer will be still 51. So we will select option A. 51 sixth graders chose the trip to the museum. Question number 5. A school organizes a sports day where 12 teams participate. Each team plays 5 matches and each match lasts 45 minutes. If the event starts at 9 a.m. and there are 30 minutes break, at what time the next day will the event end? Option A is 6 a.m., option B is 6:45 a.m., option C is 8 a.m. and option D is 8:30 a.m. So here it's given in the question that there are 12 teams and each team plays 5 matches. The total number of matches will be 60. But it's quite obvious that two teams are going to play one match. So in that case, if we divide 60 by 2, the answer will be 30. So in total, there will be 30 matches. As each match is of 45 minutes, so we can multiply 30 by 45, that is equal to 1350 minutes. We have to convert minutes into hours. For that purpose, we will divide our answer by 60, which is equal to 22.5 hours. As it was given in the question that there were two 30 minutes break, it means it's 1 hour break. And if we add this 1 hour break into 22.5, it will be 23.5 hours. Now, the starting time was 9 a.m. And if we add this time into 9 a.m., the ending time will be 8:30 a.m. So we will select option D here, 8:30 a.m. Question number 6, look at the following schedule and answer the given question. Jasmine just missed the 16th ferry at Cliffview. How long will she have to wait until the next ferry? Option A is 15 minutes, option B is 30 minutes, option C is 45 minutes, and option D is 1 hour. So here, if we look at the ferry schedule for Cliffview, it leaves at 15:45, 16, and 16:30. As Jasmine has missed the ferry at 16, so she can take another ferry after 30 minutes at 16:30. So we will select option B here. She will have to wait for 30 minutes. Question number 7, Maqsood made two types of cakes, chocolate and vanilla. He cut all the chocolate cakes into 6 slices each and all of the vanilla cakes into 18 slices each. If Maqsood ended up with the same total number of slices of each type of cake, what is the minimum number of slices of each type? Option A is 18 slices, option B is 20 slices, option C is 22 slices, and option D is 24 slices. It is given in the question that she can make 6 slices for chocolate cake and 18 slices for vanilla cakes. As we have to find out the minimum number of pieces, whenever she will cut the vanilla cake, she will make 18 slices. But for chocolate cake, if she if we divide 18 by 6, it's equal to 3. If she cuts 3 chocolate cakes, then she can make 18 slices. So here we will select option A, that she will have to minimum cut 18 slices of a vanilla cake, and similarly he will have to manage the chocolate cake as well. So we will select option A here. Question number 8, Shazia leaves her flat to go for a jog. She jogs 3 blocks west, 2 blocks north, 2 blocks south, 1 block west, and 7 blocks east. Which direction must Shazia go to get back to her flat? Option A is east, option B is west, option C is north, and option D is south. So Shazia jogs 3 blocks west, 2 blocks north, and 2 blocks south. Here, the 2 blocks north and 2 blocks south basically are opposite of each other, so distance will be balanced over here. Like for example, she moves 2 blocks to the north and come back to 2 blocks to the south again, so she is at the same position. After that, she moves 1 block to west, so 3 west plus 1 west is equal to 4 blocks west. Right after that, she moves 7 blocks east. So 4 blocks west and 7 blocks east. It means that she will move 7 steps to the east but come back 4 steps to the west. She is currently at 3 blocks east. So she will have to move towards the west side to get back to her flat. So we'll select option B here, that is west. Question number 9, a group of volunteers tagged and released 91 owls as a part of a research project. Later, the researchers counted 130 owls, 13 of which had tags. To the nearest whole number, what is the best estimate for the owl population? Option A is 130 owls, option B is 221 owls, option C is 731 owls, and option D is 910 owls. As they have tagged 91 owls before, and in the second sample they have 130 owls, and out of which 13 owls were tagged. To find out the total number, we will apply the proportion method here, like the tagged owls divided by the total number of owls, then the tagged owl in the second sample divided by the total number of owls in the second sample. When we will use cross multiplication method here, we will multiply 91 by 130 and 13 by the number of total owls, which is unknown here. After solving it, we will find the value of n, which is 910 owls. That is our option D. Question number 10. Ali is going on a backpacking trip with his family. They need to hike to their favorite camping spot and set up the camp before it gets dark. Sunset is at 5:45 p.m. It will take 2 hours to hike to the camping spot and 30 minutes to set up the camp. What is the latest time Ali and his family can start hiking? 4 options are given to us. So as it will take 2 hours to hike to the camping spot and 30 minutes to set up the camp, so the total time will be 2 hours and 30 minutes. And sun sets at 5:45 p.m. So we will count the time backwards. What time it will be 2 hours and 30 minutes before 5:45 p.m. It will be 3:15 p.m. So we will select option A here. They will start hiking at 3:15 p.m. Question number 11. Sharon, as an accountant, observes that her company purchased maps of Africa at a cost of rupees 390 and is currently selling them at the price of rupees 429. What will be the profit percentage? Option A is 5%, option B is 10%, option C is 20%, and option D is 25%. The cost of the maps of Africa is 390 rupees and the selling price is 429 rupees. If we find out the difference between the both amounts, the answer is 39. As the cost was 390 rupees and 39 is 10% of 390 rupees, so we can say the profit percentage is 10% here, which is our option B. Question number 12. Alia bought 17 rolls of blue gift wrap and 2 rolls of orange gift wrap. How many meters of gift wrap did Alia buy in all? Option A is 2 meters, option B is 17 meters, option C is 19 meters, and option D is there is not enough information to solve this problem. So according to the question, we know the amount of the rolls and the colors of the gift wraps, but we do not know how many meters are in each roll. So we can select option D here. There is not enough information to solve this problem. Question number 13. Recently, the value of Zane's college saving fund decreased by $845. If his fund was worth $892 before, how much is it worth now? Option A is $47, option B is $57, option C is $65, and option D is $75. As we can see that initially his funds were $892, but as they decreased by $845, so we will subtract the amounts. The answer is $47. We can say now after the fund decreasing, its worth is $47. So that is our option A. Question number 14. A bookstore has 480 books. On Monday, it sells 1 by 3 of them. On Tuesday, it sells half of the remaining books. On Wednesday, it receives a new shipment of 120 books. How many books are in the store by Thursday? Option A is 200 books. Option B is 240 books. Option C is 280 books. And option D is 360 books. So as there were 440 books, then on Monday, 1 by 3 of them were sold. So 1 by 3 of 480 is 160. So the remaining number of books are 320. On Tuesday, it sells half of the remaining books. So half of 320 is 160. It means 160 are left in the bookstore. Then on Wednesday, it receives a new shipment of 120 books. So we will plus 120 with 160. The total is 280 books. So we can say that there are 280 books in the store by Thursday. So we will select our option C here. Question number 15, Rahila just got a babysitting job. She will work about 10 hours each week and make $9 an hour. Her parents say she needs to save half, but she can spend the other half. Rahila estimates she will have around $50 of spending money each week. Is that a good estimate? So four options are given to us. As it is mentioned that she is going to do 10 hours job each week and she will earn $9 an hour. So we will multiply 10 by 9, which is equal to $90. As she have to save half of the amount, and half of 90 is $45. So it means she can save 45. If we round this 45 to the nearest tens, it will be $50. So as Rahila also estimated the amount as $50, so we can choose option A. Yes, it's a good estimate. Question number 16, Elena likes watching the show Engineering Marbles. In last night's episode, the engineering team visited a tall skyscraper and a deep mine. A banner at the bottom of the screen showed the elevation of each location the team visited. Which location is closer to sea level? Option A is top of the skyscraper. Option B is bottom of the mine. Option C is both locations are at the same distance. And option D is none of these. So here, the sea level is at 0 meters and top of a skyscraper is 275 meters, but the bottom of the mine is minus 260 meters. As distance from the sea level is the absolute value of the elevation, so we will calculate the absolute values of the both locations. Here, the absolute value of the skyscraper is 275 meters from sea level, and the absolute value of the bottom of the mine is 260 meters from the sea level. As 260 meters are less than 275 meters, so we can say that the bottom of the mine is more closer to the sea level. So we will select option B here. Question number 17, Saim has 3 times as much money as Iman. If Iman has $12.50 and Saim spends $8.75, how much money do they have together now? Option A is $28.75, option B is $30.25, option C is $33.75, and option D is $41.25. So here Iman has $12.50 and Saim has 3 times Iman's money. So we'll multiply the number by 3. So we can say that Saim has $37.50. Now as he has spent $8.75, so we will subtract it from the amount. The remaining amount of Saim is $28.75. Now we have to find out the total of Iman and Saim's amount. So we will plus the Saim's amount and Iman's amount. The total is $41.25. That is our option D. So they both have $41.25 altogether. Question number 18. A shop buys 60 toys at $8 each and sells 40 toys at $12 each. The rest are sold at $6 each. What's the total profit or loss? Option A is $40 profit, option B is $40 loss, option C is $120 profit, and option D is $120 loss. So here 60 toys were bought for $8 each. So the total cost of the 60 toys is $480, out of which 40 toys were sold for $12 each. So the total amount is $480. Like we have earned $480 for 40 toys, and that was the cost of the 60 toys. Now the rest are sold at $6 each. So let's find out the rest. Out of 60, 40 is subtracted. It means 20 toys are left. and each of them is sold for $6, that is equal to $120. So we can say that these 20 toys were sold for $120 in total. Now, the cost was $480 and the selling cost was 480, which was for the first 40 toys, and $120 for the rest of the 20 toys. That is equal to $600. Now, to find out the profit, we will subtract our cost out of the profit, that is equal to $120. We will select option C here. The profit is $120. Question number 19. A car travels 120 kilometers in 2 hours. A bike travels 45 kilometers in 90 minutes. How much faster is the car in kilometers per hour? Option A is 15 kilometers per hour. Option B is 20 kilometers per hour. Option C is 25 kilometers per hour. And option D is 30 kilometers per hour. Car speed is 120 kilometers per 2 hours. As we have to find it per hour, so we will divide 120 by 2. So we can say the speed of the car is 60 kilometers per hour. Now, the bike speed is 45 kilometers in 90 minutes, which is 1.5 hours. So as we have to find it out in kilometers per hour, so we will divide 45 by 1.5, which is equal to 30 kilometers. Now the speed of the bike is 30 kilometers per hour. So to find out the difference, we will subtract the speed of the bike out of the car speed, that is equal to 30 kilometers per hour. So we will select option D here. The car is 30 kilometers per hour faster than the bike. Question number 20. A clock tower chimes once at 1, twice at 2, up to 12 times at 12. It also chimes once every 15 minutes. How many total chimes occur from 11:45 a.m. to 3:15 p.m.? So 4 options are given to us. Here, the clock will chime 12 times at 12, 1 time at 1, 2 times at 2, 3 times at 3. So the total number of chimes at each hour from 11:45 to 3:15, the clock will chime 18 times. Now it is mentioned in the question that it chimes once every 15 minutes. From 11:45 to 12:45, it will chime 4 times at 11:45. Then at 12, it has already chimed. So now it will chime at 12:15, 12:30, and 12:45. Then from 12:45 to 1:15, the first chime will be at 1:15 because 12:45 and 1 o'clock are already done. So 1:15, 1:30, and 1:45. So it will chime 3 times. So from 1:45 to 2:45, it will chime 3 times again at 2:15, 2:30, and 2:45. To 2:45 till 3:15, it will chime once only. If we will add these values, the total is equal to 11. So 11 plus 18 is equal to 29. So we'll select option C here. The clock will chime 29 times from 11:45 to 3:15 p.m. Question number 21. At a party, 3 by 5 of a pizza is left. If 8 people share it equally and then 2 more people join, what fraction of the whole pizza does each person now get? Option A is 1 by 16, option B is 1 by 20, option C is 3 by 40, and option D is 3 by 50. Here there were 8 people already and 2 joined more. So the total is 10. 3 by 5 divided by 10. Here there is a 1 under 10. So when we will change division into multiplication, this fraction will be flipped. So it will be 1 by 10. After solving it, we get 3 by 50. So we will select option D here. Each person will get 3 by 50 of the leftover pizza. Question number 22. A stack of 5 identical books has a total weight of 30 centimeter. Each book below is 1.5 times as thick as the one above it. How thick is the bottom book? Option A is 2.274 centimeters. Option B is 5.0625 centimeters. Option C is 11.516 centimeters. Option D is 16 centimeters. So here, let the top book thickness is equal to A because it's unknown. The total number of books are 5, so N is equal to 5. The ratio is equal to 1.5 because each book is 1.5 times as thick as the above one. So the thicknesses for the 5 books are A, then A multiplied by R. The third book's thickness is A R square, and the fourth book's thickness is A R cube, and then the bottom book's thickness will be A R raised to power 4. Now let's find out the sum of the thicknesses. For that we will use this formula. Sum is equal to A multiplied by R raised to power 5 minus 1 divided by R minus 1. Here R is equal to 1.5 as we mentioned it earlier as well. So R square value will be the square of 1.5. Similarly, we can find the cube of 1.5, fourth value and fifth as well. Now we will put all the values in the formula. Here, as the height of all 5 books is 30 centimeters, so we will say sum is equal to 30 is equal to A is unknown, multiply by R raised to power 5, which is calculated over here, minus 1 divided by 1.5 minus 1. We will solve the equation to get the value of A, that is equal to 2.274 centimeters. So we can say the thickness of first book is 2.274 centimeters, as we are interested in the thickness of the bottom book. So here we have written that the thickness of the bottom book is A R raised to power 4. Now we know the value of A as well, that is 2.274, and R raised to power 4 is equal to 5.0625. So we'll multiply both values to get the thickness of the bottom book, that is equal to 11.516 centimeter. So we will select option C here. Question number 23. 30 children are going on a trip. It costs £5 including lunch. Some children take their own packed lunch. They pay only £3. The 30 children pay a total of £110. How many children are taking their own packed lunch? Option A is 5 children, option B is 10 children, option C is 15 children, and option D is 20 children. So the total amount is £110 and total number of children is 30. Let's suppose that 15 children brought their own lunch and 15 paid for the lunch. So the students who have to pay for their lunch, they will pay £5 per person. So 15 fives are £75. And the students who brought their own lunch, so they will pay £3. So the total amount is 45. If we add 75 and 45, the total is equal to 120, which is more than the total given in the question. So it means this estimation is wrong. Let's suppose there were 20 children who brought their own lunch and 10 children who paid for the lunch. So the students who paid for the lunch, they will pay £5. So 10 fives are £50. And then the children who brought their own lunch, which are 20 here, so we will multiply 20 by 3, that is equal to 60. When we plus 50 and 60, the total is equal to £110, which is exactly the total amount that is given in the question. So we'll say there are 20 children who brought their own lunch. So option D is the correct option here. Question number 24. A 20 kg alloy is 60% copper and 40% tin. How much copper must be added to make it 80% copper? Option A is 10 kg, option B is 20 kgs, option C is 30 kgs, and option D is 40 kgs. So here the total alloy is 20 kgs and the copper is 60% of 20 kgs. We can convert 60% into a decimal number, that will be 0.6. When we multiply 0.6 by 20, the answer is 12 kgs. So we can say the amount of copper in the alloy is 12 kgs. Now the tin is 40% of 20 kgs. So we'll multiply 0.4 by 20, which is equal to 8 kgs. That is the amount of tin in the alloy. Now let X is equal to kg of copper that is added because it's unknown. So the new total mass will be 20 plus X kg. 20 is the total mass, and now we have added the amount of copper, which is X kg. So The new copper mass will be 12 kgs plus 6 kg. So the tin mass stays the same, which is 8 kgs. Now we want copper percentage, which should be 80%. So we will divide the amount of copper by the total amount of alloy, which is equal to 0.8. So we will solve this equation to get the value of x. After solving it, we get the amount of copper that is added into the alloy to make it 80% copper is 20 kgs. So we'll select option B here, 20 kg. Question number 25. An object weighs 30 kgs on Earth but 5 kgs on the Moon. If a rock weighs 45 kgs on the Earth, what will it weigh on the Moon? Option A is 5 kgs, option B is 7.5 kgs, option C is 10 kgs, and option D is 12.5 kgs. So let's understand the weight change first. An object whose weight is 30 kgs on Earth, the weight of the same object is 5 kgs on the Moon. So we can say that the Moon's gravity makes things weigh 5 by 30 of their Earth's weight. 5 by 30 can be simplified as 1 by 6. Now let's apply this on the weight of the rock. Here the weight of the rock is 45 kgs on the Earth, but the weight of the same rock on the Moon is 1 by 6 of 45. After calculations we get 7.5 kgs. So we can say the weight of a rock is 7.5 kgs on the Moon, whose original weight or the weight on the Earth is 45 kgs. Here we will select our option B, 7.5 kgs. Question number 26. Captain Blackbeard's trail map says walk 50 meters north from the palm tree, then 120 meters east. Dig where the shadow of the cliff hits at noon. At noon, the cliff casts a 30-meter shadow directly north. If the palm tree is 40 meters south of the cliff, how far is the Trayer's Fort from the cliff's base? Option A is 130 meters, option B is 150 meters, option C is 170 meters, and option D is 200 meters. Let's start at the palm tree. First we have to walk 50 meters north, that is the vertical side, and then walk 120 meters east, it's the horizontal side. So these two movements form two sides of a right angled triangle. The northward leg is 50 meters and the eastward leg is 120 meters. So we can say our height is 50 meters and the base is 120 meters of a right angled triangle. So the straight line distance from the starting point, that is palm tree, to the final point, that is Trayer, is the hypotenuse of this triangle. So to find out the hypotenuse, we will use the Pythagoras theorem, which is base square plus height square is equal to hypotenuse square. So we will consider hypotenuse as our distance and we will calculate it as square root of 50 square plus 120 square. After solving it, we get 130 meters. So we will select option A here. The Trayer's Fort is 130 meters away or far from the cliff's base. Question number 27. A broken clock loses 6 minutes every hour. At 12 p.m. it shows the correct time. After 78 hours, what will the faulty clock show when the actual time is 6 p.m.? Option A is 10:12 a.m., option B is 10:48 a.m., option C is 3:36 p.m. and option D is 10:48 p.m. So here it's mentioned that the clock loses 6 minutes every hour. It means that it moves only for 54 minutes in 1 hour. As we have to calculate it for 78 hours, so we will multiply 78 by 54, which is equal to 4,212 minutes. To convert it into hours, we will divide it by 60, which is equal to 70 hours. And as our remainder is 12, so we can say the time is 70 hours and 12 minutes. We can split 70 hours into two parts, like 48 hours, because 48 hours are equal to 2 days. Plus 22 hours. So as it started at 12 p.m. So after 2 days, the time will be still 12 p.m. And if we add 22 hours into 12 p.m., it will be 10 a.m. And we had our 12 minutes left. So we can say that the time will be 10:12 a.m. when the actual time is 6 p.m. So we'll select option A here. Question number 28. A dragon says, I was 200 years old when my son was born. Now I am 5 times his age. How old is the son now? Option A is 40 years, option B is 50 years, option C is 60 years, and option D is 70 years. So let's suppose the age of the sun is S and the age of the dragon is D. As dragon is 200 years older than his son, so we can say that dragon's age is 200 plus the sun's age. This is our equation 1. Now it is mentioned in the question that the dragon is 5 times of his son's age. So we can make another equation over here. The dragon's age is 5s. This is our equation 2. Now we can put both equations equal. So we will find a new equation, that is s plus 200 is equal to 5s. Now we are going to solve the equation to get the value of s, which is equal to 50. So we will select option B here. The age of the sun is 50 years and the age of the dragon will be 250 years. Question number 29. This fence has 3 posts equally spaced. Each post is 15 centimeter wide. The length of the fence is 153 centimeters. Calculate the length of one gap between 2 posts. Option A is 27 centimeters, option B is 45 centimeters, option C is 54 centimeters, and option D is 81 centimeters. As we can see that the total distance is 153 centimeters and there are 3 posts. Each post is 15 centimeter wide. So we can multiply 15 by 3, that is equal to 45 centimeters. Now we can subtract it out of 153. The remaining length is 108 centimeters. Now we can see that there are only 2 gaps. So we can divide 108 by 2, which is equal to 54 centimeters. So we can say that each gap is 54 centimeter long. So that is our option C here. Question number 30, here is a number chart. Every third number in the chart has a circle on it. The chart continues in the same way. Here is another row in the chart. Draw the missing circles. Which numbers will be circled in the following row? Option A is 71, option B is 72, option C is 75, and option D is 72 and 75. So here if we look at the first chart, we can see that the multiples of 3 are circled here. So similarly, we apply the same rule over here. We will simply circle the multiples of 3 here. As 71 is not divisible by 3, so we will not circle it, but 72 is, so we can choose 72 here. Similarly, 73 and 74 are not the multiples of 3, so we will ignore them. And we will circle 75 because 75 is a multiple of 3. So it means our correct option is option D. We will circle 72 and 75 from the following row. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel.